Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope you guys having a good day or hoping that you guys have better days ahead. This is Marlon here, and this is episode 32 of Kingdom Hearts 2, and we'll get to that in an hour, but first things first, we got to talk about the weather. So sorry I'm late, folks. Just when I was about to air, turns out that the the HDMI cable for the PlayStation 4 was disconnected for some reason. I deeply apologize for the delay, but here I am. And now, without further ado, let's talk about the weather. Oh, and also I'm gonna need my phone to check the chat because sometimes it's just that whenever I'm air, I keep on forgetting to see the chat. Just go here, just so that things are good. All right. Anyway, hope you guys had a good Saturday. For me, well, it's just one of those Saturdays, just go out and do stuff. But I actually woke up a little. I usually sleep in, around 10 o'clock. But anyway, let's just talk about the weather. So we got 31 active weather alerts, 1 severe thunderstorm warnings in Arizona, 10 flash flood warnings are in Arizona, California, Virginia, six special weather statements in South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, New Mexico, and California. There are 8 tropical storm watches, and it's very evident, actually. 1 air quality alert, and 5 flood warnings. Alright, so so now let's check on region by region, shall we? Let's take a look. We do have, let's just zoom out in a more synoptic way. So right now, what do we have? Well, we do have an occluded front that's located in Ontario, then splits into 2 fronts: a stationary front that extends into Lakes Superior, Huron, and Ontario, and then ends up in the Adirondacks and into northern New England, and then just located past north of Boston. And another is a cold front that's sweeping through the Midwest. Surprisingly, there is no rain there. And there is a stationary front that sneaks through Colorado, southern Wyoming, and northeastern Utah. There are stationary fronts in places like Georgia and Florida, and then swings through the Gulf and into Mexico. There is another stationary front that's located in North Carolina, Virginia, and out to sea. And there is another one that does connect. Bunch of areas of low pressure are located in the southwest. Another one just southeast Florida, right over Cuba. And of course, at the same time, that area of low pressure, folks, that happens to be Tropical Depression 9, which we're going to get to in a moment, along with this cone that we'll talk about it in our tropical update, which is about a couple minutes away. Without further ado, let's check region by region. So you can see, folks, due to the stationary front that's there, an area of low pressure there, and a stationary front that's in play throughout parts of the Northeast, rain and some showers are moving into the Northeast, folks. Places like New York, Philly, Pittsburgh, although Pittsburgh, they're mostly in the clear, but east of town, that's when you get clouds and rain there. Boston, you're about to get it in a couple of minutes to about almost an hour or so. Then you work your way down to Baltimore, D.C. They're already getting pounded by some showers and some storms in places like Virginia Beach and the Delmarva Peninsula. There are flash flood warnings that are in play throughout the Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Newport area in Virginia. Then you work your way south, plenty of showers and thunderstorms in the Carolinas and Georgia, but this has nothing to do with Umberto, just offshore. but tropical depression 9 is just a few thousand miles away, about 1,000 miles away, I should say. Special weather statements have been issued in places like western South Carolina, northeastern Georgia. Though this whole place right here throughout the southern end of the Appalachian Mountains, they are going to get some flash flooding, folks. Pop-up thunderstorms are there in eastern Tennessee, northeastern Alabama. We go down to Florida. Florida, well, you do have a flood warning that's still in place for a while, just west of Daytona Beach. There are tropical storm watches that are in effect right now from Daytona Beach all the way down to Port St. Lucie and Stuart. From West Palm Beach all the way to St. Augustine, Palm Coast, I should say. They're getting some storm surges. Well, even if it doesn't make direct landfall, it'll still bring plenty of wet weather, a lot of rain, some tropical storm force winds. Whether if it's going to be direct hit or not, most likely not. But still, you're going to get plenty of tropical storm force winds there, and some small storm surge though. But still, it's not safe to go out in the water in a matter of days though, up until later next week. But time will tell though. You work your way toward the west, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. Mostly they are in the clear, just in the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. There are some showers there. There are air quality alerts in the Houston, Galveston area. Pop-up showers, just located in Mexico, but we're focused on Texas though. In the Midwest, dry conditions are virtually all over the Midwest though, except for a few places in eastern Michigan, but with some few clouds, and southeastern Kentucky. But ironically, although a cold front would usually bring plenty of wet weather and some storms, but given that there's a lot of dry air component to this, well, I'm afraid that, well, actually, not really, but it's just that won't be enough to produce any storms there. Folks, I'm going to need to switch the batteries for my mouse. I'll be right back. Okay, so now my mouse has new batteries. There is, even though there is dry weather in South Dakota, but there is one flood warning that's still in place just near Aberdeen. It's going to expire in at least 73 hours from now. I mean, it's the riverbanks, though. They've been flooding for quite some time, though. In the southwest, the Great Basin and the desert southwest, plenty of showers and storms are there. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued just west of Phoenix. In Buckeye, winds, damaging winds could be as fast as up to 50 miles an hour. Hail size, a quarter-sized inch, which is about an inch of hail in diameter. Didn't mean to do that. Plenty of flash flood warnings throughout Southern California, mostly in the desert, and in the western part of Arizona, and especially just east of Phoenix and north of Tucson. There is a special weather statement just northeast of Santa Barbara. Pop-up thunderstorms are there, and more which are located in places like Bakersfield and Fresno. Northern California is all clear, especially San Francisco, and plus Oregon. And then you have clouds and showers moving away to the east in Washington State. But Seattle and Olympia, you guys are good. And Spokane, for now, well, you're just dry. But showers could pass by. But right now, you're not getting any right now. There is a cold front and a warm front that is in position just offshore from the Pacific Northwest. Stationary front is there sneaking through just offshore from Washington State, but through Vancouver Island and into the southern part of British Columbia. Now let's switch gears to here. Okay. Let me take a quick sip, folks. I'll be right back. Okay. Throughout much of the Northeast, winds they're no more than 20 miles an hour, except for parts of the Chesapeake Bay and just offshore from Maine, just a little bit around 25 miles an hour. Though plenty of sea breeze is there all over the coastal parts of the Northeast. Inland areas, somewhat light and variable, but in upstate New York and Pennsylvania, winds moving to the northeast. Then we go down south. Light and variable winds are there in the Carolinas and parts of Georgia and northern Florida. But southern Florida, its winds are moving to the south, moving up to 25 miles an hour, but most notably in the Keys. In the lower Mississippi Valley, winds are moving to the south at up to 20 miles an hour. Lighter winds are in northeastern Texas, Arkansas, and eastern Oklahoma. But in Texas, winds are coming from northeastern Texas, then to Houston, but then shifts towards Lubbock, Texas, and then move to the north, Oklahoma. Winds are moving to the north, but some of which are moving to the west, though. Just moving up to 30 miles an hour in western Texas, a little lighter in Oklahoma. In the Midwest, start off with the Ohio Valley, where winds are shifting from the southwest to the south at up to 20 miles an hour, but on the northern third of Illinois, up to 30 miles an hour in sustained winds, and as well as southern Wisconsin and eastern Wisconsin, especially Green Bay. Winds are coming from the northwest, shifting to the northeast at up to 20 to 30 miles an hour. And throughout Michigan, winds are generally moving to the northeast at up to 20 to 30 miles an hour as well. In the Dakotas, winds are moving clockwise, but stronger winds are in western South Dakota and North Dakota. Though winds are coming from the south, then they shift to the northeast at up to 30 miles an hour. Minnesota moving to the east, but in southern Minnesota, they're moving to the south, though. In places like the 4 states along the Missouri River, like Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, and Iowa, winds are moving clockwise, moving from the north, then shift to the west, and then back to the north. And in Missouri, eastern Kansas, winds are moving to the northeast. But in the southern half of Missouri, a little light and variable. Otherwise, it'll move to the south, though, at up to 20 miles an hour. Throughout the west, much of the west is mountainous, and some places do have light and variable winds. In the desert southwest, they do, and the Great Basin, you have winds that are coming from the south, from the Gulf of California. In the desert southwest and in Colorado, they're coming from the east. They're all shifting to the north generally. That goes with eastern Oregon. Plenty of sea breeze moving up to 30 miles an hour in some places. Moving on shore, California, winds throughout the Bay Area, they're only blowing up to 25 to 30 miles an hour there. Moving inland, in Southern California, it's up to 25 miles an hour. Moving on shore, in the Northern Rockies, winds are light and variable, but in eastern Montana, in northern Montana, winds are moving to the